how do you make a guy more intriguing? Because I know intrigue is a big part of actually sexual tension. So how do you make that happen?
Yeah, well, one thing is you don't want to just spill every single thing about yourself the first time you meet a woman.
Yeah.
Right? You don't want to tell her your whole life story, everything that you do, your whole history. Got to leave room for her to get to know you.
Yeah.
Right? And that's going to be a little bit of an easier tip because there's only so much time you have when you first go on a date with a woman or you first meet a woman. But that's a big part about it. But here's another thing too, because I want to be really clear here. First of all, Mario, you are a little different than your average guy.
Absolutely, yes.
I just want to be clear here.
Yeah, very true.
Because you have several different talents and interests. And there's even knowing you for the past 3 months, I learned new things. I'm like, oh, you dance? Yeah. Like the other day,
very true. Yeah.
We're filming a video. Like, oh, I dance. I'm like, oh, of course you fucking dance. Like, yeah. Yeah, and he plays the ukulele. And
I don't play ukulele.
He doesn't.
I do play a main piano though.
Yeah. So guys don't have to be that way, but they have to be something. If you're a guy who goes home and watches Netflix and then goes to bed and then wakes up and you're fat and you're depressed and life is just kind of blah.
Yeah.
There's nothing interesting about that.
Yeah.
Right? That's not only is there nothing interesting about it, but it's also just unattractive in general.
It's very unattractive.
So if you're, we'll put me for example, okay? Because I don't think I am yes, I have an interesting job, but besides dating coaching and my social media, okay? Just pretend pre-trip, you started Trip Advice.
Yeah.
What was it about me that was interesting? And it wasn't anything crazy.
Yeah.
I really liked film. I knew movies very well. I don't know what at that time. I don't even know. Nothing too crazy. I love to travel. So travel is a big thing of mine. By the time it was 2013, I probably traveled to most continents. Yeah. Been all over the world. So that was something that was interesting about me. What else? I don't know. Jewish. That I connect with that because that's a little bit unique. I'm not religious at all. I don't know. That could be something.
Could be.
That could be
polarizing.
Agnostic Jew.
Yeah.
But culturally I'm Jewish, so I love making Jewish foods when the holidays come around, chopped liver, gefilte fish, all that shit, right? It's like, okay, that's a little bit different.
Still
like
something.
And then now, fast forward to now, there's even more.
Yeah.
Right? I like playing tennis.
But why is there more?
Because I have more experience, just doing more things. I'm trying new things.
You're trying new things.
Right. And tennis, it was so interesting. It's not technically, but it's something.
It's something.
It's another hobby. It's another interest.
It's another thing that adds another level to you.
Right. I love food. I'm not just the guy who says they're a foodie. Like I've been to many Michelin star restaurants across the world.
Yes.
Why? Not to be interesting, but because I found a passion through that and I love that. I also play piano. I've been playing since I was 9 years old. Did you know that one?
I did not know that. I've been playing since I was 7.
Fucker. You got to beat me in everything.
I'm sorry. Hey, competitive.
What genres do you play?
Actually, I started classical, then went to gospel, and then I switched to jazz, and then now I'm just all R&B. R&B
interesting.
Pop. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I started classical, went to jazz blues, went back to classical, and then after taking actual lessons, just did pop.
Yeah.
And
because that's more fun
because
you can play, you can play more fun songs that
right.
way.
Yeah. I'm learning. It's like when you want to play piano or music for somebody, whether it's a girl, you're at a party or something, don't play improv in your own shit.
No,
play
you gotta
songs
play something
people know.
No. Yeah, you want them to sing. You want them to feel it. What I used to do, man, this is the old trick. I used to play a song that I knew a girl liked because I knew that she had an emotional connection to it. And when I do that, that's almost kind of borderline creating a moment of, okay, you get me on an emotional level. Doesn't matter if I was just trying to sleep with her. It just mattered that she felt like in that moment that I listened to her and that what she said truly mattered to me. And it did, but it was also a strategy, be smart.
Yeah.
But I want you to know this about me, Trip, is that, and I'm saying this because I get the me now is very interesting. Me, we'll say maybe 6 years ago was not that interesting. Let's go even further back. Let's go 20. You would think the prime of your life, 25-year-old Mario. Okay. I'm a 173 right now, and I'm decent size. Can you imagine me at 210 pounds, overweight, barely touching weights, eating all the wrong foods, binge watching Netflix, Call of Duty, fanatic hours on Call of Duty, 5-6 hours a day, no music, didn't even own a camera, very depressed, had a girlfriend, wasn't really happy in a relationship because I felt like we were both kind of not settling for each other, but settling in our lives. I'm like, man, I feel out of place. And I went into depression, not because, my life was just so shitty. I was making 6 figures as a CPA, working for the largest pharmaceutical corporation in the country, Pfizer. I mean, it was a great time, doing good, very successful. First generation high school graduate, easily first generation college graduate, master's degree, CPA, very well educated. My life should be great, but it wasn't. Felt like I was comfortable. And that's what created me today, is that I had to do something about it. That I was like, this mediocrity is nice for someone else, but it has to be something more for me. And this gives you the me today. But that took time. That took a lot of failure. It took a lot of trying. It took a lot of me really risking things, like saying fuck it. Like if they say no, they say no. If this doesn't work, it doesn't work. Like it's better than going back to that office, being miserable, being 210 pounds, can barely breathe, walking up a set of stairs. Like it has to be a better life, but you have to fucking fight for it. Like it's not gonna just happen. You have to willingly take action and take L's in that same way that you take those W's. And that's what I learned. Like if I get punched in the face, take it the same way if someone gave me a hug. Just absorb that shit and keep it fucking moving.
Well, I think life is a series of taking L's.
Absolutely.
If you're a successful person, you are going to take more L's than wins.
Yeah.
And more L's than a guy who thinks that he's taking L's and he's not doing anything.
Yeah.
Right? It's like you and I have taken way more L's.
Absolutely.
Than a guy who thinks that his life is shit and he has bad luck. He's not doing anything.
Absolutely.
We're forcing those L's.
Absolutely.
We're doing things. We're failing. We're getting rejected. We're going down paths. Okay, dead end there. We're trying a new path in business, in life, in working out, personal development, all the
everything.
Above.
Dating too. Like, my God.
You're going to get rejected way more times.
I have extremely cringy L's that are out there, and I hope nobody remembers. But, I mean, I remember even just like it was a win to just have sex with a girl. I'm like, damn, I cannot believe, like what was it? I'm like, damn, like I was intrigued. What the fuck? How did I get her? How did that happen? And I'm like, okay, I have to do it again. I have to figure out what the hell is going on. What made me get this girl to actually have physical sex with me? I can't believe that. And the only reason I figured it out is because I just kept dating and I kept trying. And I'm just like, all right, I'm getting the hang of it. Dating takes practice. Would you say the same?
Yes, of course. I mean, beyond practice.
Yeah.
I was thinking when you were saying some of this stuff, I was going back in my head to all the times that I took my W's pre-trip advice, pre-trip. Like before I learned, because I did have some successes with women, not many, or with women I really wanted to be with.
Yeah.
But I had a handful before I learned, game and dating advice. And so I'm like thinking back to some of those. I'm like, yeah, of course. In all those instances, I was doing attractive things.
Yeah.
Like here's an example. Sophomore year of college, I remember I was friends with this girl, and we were friends. We did kind of like hook up a couple times in high school, like nothing. Like we're talking like touchy-feely and kiss.
Yeah.
Okay. But we were just friends, and she was I went to the University of Illinois. She was visiting for a weekend. Hey, she texted me, hey, I'm here. Like, be cool to see you.
Yeah.
I had literally negative intention of hooking up with her. Like zero. I just was like, oh, cool. I get to see my friend, you know? And so we met up, and the whole night, again, just because this is who I was being. I was just being this person. I wasn't trying to do anything. I was leading her around the whole night. Hey, you got to meet this person. You got to meet this person. Introducing her to all my friends, getting her some drinks, having a good time. I think we were dancing a little bit. Like, I was just the man in charge.
Yeah.
Cut to, we ended up hooking up,
Yeah.
having sex. She leaves the next day, and it was awesome. And it was like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened. Like, that was not expected. And I remember, like, in high school, I was kind of in the friend zone a little bit with her. Like, we'd kiss a little bit, but like she wouldn't want to do anything else. And so I look back at that. It's like, well, it wasn't an accident. I wish I knew what the fuck I was doing, because then I maybe would have learned something a little bit faster than I did. And it took me like...
You had no idea that you were pretty much like leading the entire time.
Yeah, I was doing the things that women are attracted to.
Yeah.
Now, of course, listen, we had a lot of rapport built because we've known each other for
but
like
you
6,
showed her a
7
side
years.
of you that she probably didn't know existed.
And she was hooking up and dating. She was hooking up and dating the bad boys in high school. Right. And again, I've had plenty of situations where I held a grudge against some of those women. Even her, it wasn't that situation.
Yeah.
And probably good. You know what? Probably the reason why I was successful there, so to speak, or we hooked up, it got to that point. Why? Because I didn't hold a grudge.
Yeah.
And when you hold a grudge and you're all angry and then you're nervous, you're trying to do something.
Very unattractive.
Unattractive. So it doesn't happen.